Hey, I need to tell you something important. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. About us. I know we've been dating for a long time now, but I wanted to say this before we celebrated our anniversary tomorrow. We haven't really been in love lately. You've eaten up all my extra homework time. My grades have dropped because of it. And I know you hate when I listen to my music, and I just can't change for you. I tried once, and it was almost as terrible as when you said you didn't like poetry. So, here it is. I thought I liked you, but you're just not good enough. Goodbye, Emerson.
Are you alright?
Yeah, why?
Well, to be honest, you look like you've had some better times.
I mean,
Coffee?
is that my coffee?
It can be.
Got it. I'm fine, I guess. Anyway, it's just been a rough day, I guess.
Well, you want to talk about it?
I don't know you.
Well, we can change that.
I guess. I'm Emerson.
Emerson? It's nice to meet you, Emerson. I'm Bradley.
Bradley. Nice to meet you.
So we're just gonna sit here, or are you gonna tell me what's wrong?
You're not gonna stop asking, are you?
You know me so well. Good job.
It's just my boyfriend. Well, now ex-boyfriend, I guess.
Ah. I'll get you.
Yeah.
Well, it's anything's better than sitting here and crying about it. Let's go take a walk. Let's go do something.
Okay.
The psychology of relationships. Throughout this week, we will learn about coworker relationships, friendships, family ties, and romantic relationships. At the end of class today, I will divide you into groups, and on Friday, your group will present on one of the 4 relationships that we are covering this week.
Hi, my name's Chad. I'm the president of Phi Kappa Delta, Rush Phi Kappa Delta. Ooh. Anyway, this is coworker and acquaintance relationships. Basically, they're more casual than your relationships that you might have with like your family or friends. Not nearly as tight as like your frat brothers, Rush Phi Kappa Delta. It's also very situationally based. So like, you might not interact with this person like outside of your job. Like half the people I work with at DQ, I wouldn't talk to in real life. Rush Phi Kappa Delta. And then the purpose of them is you boost morale and productivity at work. So like, even though I wouldn't be caught dead talking to most of my coworkers, they do make work a lot better. You can also collaborate with these people, so they help you accomplish your work goals. Sometimes I make the girls at work do most of the work at work. They're into me, so it's pretty easy. That's what happens when you rush Phi Kappa Delta. And then, most importantly, these relationships fulfill your need to belong, because not everyone can be part of Phi Kappa Delta. Rush Phi Kappa Delta. Thank you.
So anyway, as I was saying, I was hanging over at Tony's, you know, my boyfriend. Whenever my deadbeat brother, he calls me, and you know what he said? You know what he said? He said, "Will you bail me out of jail? Will you bail me out of jail?" And so you know what I did with the rest of my weekend? I spent my whole entire weekend cleaning up his mess. As if I don't clean up enough messes already. But enough about me. How was your weekend?
Oh, it was fine.
Fine. fine never means fine.
My boyfriend Caleb broke up with me day before our anniversary.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Oh.
And then this guy, like, no idea, his name is Bradley, but he saw me, and we went on a walk, and we actually ended up talking for hours. So, he could be a really good friend, I think.
A really good. I mean, I guess you did just get out of a relationship, but people don't just go on walks together.
I guess. I'm not really looking for anything right now, though, so
Fair enough, fair enough.
I think a friend is what I need.
I hope that this friendship, I hope it's a good one. And I hope he doesn't end up like my deadbeat brother. Ay, ay, ay.
Action.
Hey guys, I'm Brad, but I mean, you already knew that. Today I'm talking about peer relationships and why they're important. For one, they are one of the first steps in social development that form an identity that a person holds for themselves. This development through peer relationships can help form skills to deal with a large variety of situations around social awareness. According to experts at Florida State College in Jacksonville, there are 4 main purposes of peer relationships that form the functions of friendship. These functions include companionship and psychological wellness, instrumental and emotional support, shared activities and conversations, and social comparison. When it comes to companionship and psychological wellness, peers tend to end up being the group of people that most people spend the largest amount of time with voluntarily. It is crucial that within a group, one elects themselves in to be a part of, that they are finding happiness, or at least some kind of positive emotion from the experience. That is why people choose to be around others that they call peers. They find enjoyment in it. For instrumental and emotional support, no one wants to be alone. People choose to be around others as they give support in areas where they wouldn't have support. We choose to be friends with those who can cheer us up and support us in the actions of our daily lives. Shared activities and conversations. Another reason that we choose the people we interact with is that they have the same interests as us. It is natural that we want to follow passions and interests. We will also interact with others that have those same passions in common. As we all gravitate towards the same ideals and values, we also gravitate towards each other. And then for social comparison, an important aspect of anything that gives benefits is understanding the contrast by seeing what those things don't do for us. In our peer groups, we see a group of like-minded people, and that leads to the understanding that there is an exclusion of certain dynamics and norms that come from outside the group. Your peer group does not bring these norms out. Thank you. Do you know who I am? I'm Brad. Yeah, but thanks.
Emerson, what is up? How's it going?
You know, just trying to survive life as a college student.
That's very true. So are you gonna tell me this boy you went on a walk with the other day, or are you just gonna keep that a secret?
I feel like I can tell you. So his name is Bradley Carlson.
No way.
Yeah, wait.
So is he the bad boy everyone says he is?
I don't think so. I think he puts on a good face for everyone, but I think he's actually like soft on the inside.
You know, nice heart outside. Really hard.
Yeah, you know, it's a good kind of guy. But yeah, no, we talked for hours. Hours.
Wow.
The conversation flowed so smoothly.
Yeah.
Like, probably one of the smoothest conversations I've ever had in my life.
I mean, besides me, of course.
Obviously.
I mean, he can't top this.
Right. But it was just so good.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
are we looking at like boyfriend material or, you know?
Emerson.
Hey!
Hey.
Bradley?
How you doing?
Good.
You gonna introduce me to your friend here?
Yeah, Bradley, this is Hannah. Hannah, Bradley.
Hello, Bradley.
Hannah? What are you guys talking about?
Oh, just girl talk.
Oh, fun. Oh.
Yeah, we were talking about how you're an awful person, how you just have no compassion for anyone.
I knew it. Well, we have a project to do for class we gotta work on soon. We should talk about that.
Yeah, I'll text you guys and we can find a time to meet up and start kind of focusing on that.
Yeah, sounds good.
You, either of you guys going to get dinner right now?
Yeah, actually, I was planning on it.
Okay, I'll join you.
You two go have fun.
Okay.
Alright. Well, it was nice meeting you.
See ya, Bradley.
See you later, Hannah.
Have fun.
And that's why Miami Heat is the best basketball team.
Basketball is so lame.
What? You don't get it.
You don't get it.
You just push me.
Maybe it's tough.
Alright, I gotta go do some homework.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to my dorm, so.
Okay, well, good night.
Night. Emerson Renee Jacobson. Hi, Mom. What are you doing here? Mother, a hug, please. Where's my daughter? I'm doing really good, actually. Good? Why haven't you called at all? I've just been really busy with classes and homework and things like that. Really? Everything's okay, though? Yeah. I mean, for the most part, yeah. How are you and Caleb? Well, that's the thing that's not the most part. We broke up a little while ago. Darling, why didn't you call and tell me? I've been busy, and honestly, I've been handling it pretty well. You have? Yeah, I've been managing everything, and I've gotten a really good friend out of it, so... The boy that you were walking with? Yeah, Bradley. He's super cool, and he's been really awesome. We're actually, like, getting along really well, so... What is this Bradley's last name? Bradley Carlson? Say that again, please? Bradley Carlson? You did not just say Carlson, did you? I did. Bradley Carlson is not a boy that you need to be messing around with, darling. Mom, he's actually a really decent guy. No, he is not. I have heard very bad things about that boy. Oh, you've heard? Well, have you had the chance to get to know him like I have? He's actually super nice and a super caring person. I don't need the chance to get to know him. I have heard plenty of things from all the ladies around town. Oh, all the ladies around town? You mean the one that spread rumors constantly because that's all they have to do with their lives? No! He's been getting in with the wrong crowd. He's been out late at night getting into mischievous things. The boy is bad news, darling. You don't need him. He's really not that bad, Mom. Don't act like you know him. I don't know him, but I know my daughter, and my daughter does not need to be around a boy like that. I think that I can choose who I want to hang around with and when I want to hang around with them. Darling, it's too fast after Caleb. I think you just need some time to just recuperate and just get into a better mindset. Why don't you come home for the weekend and be with me and your father? Mom, I don't need to go home. I don't need to be babied. I'm not 12. I'm not doing it. Have a good night. Emerson, come back here, darling, please.
All right, everybody, I'm Hannah, and today we're going to be learning about family relationships, also known as parent-child relationships. So these are kind of the foundation for all of the other relationships that we build. And so pretty much it's what your parents teach you, you kind of grow up and you learn about them, and then you expect those in other relationships. And these relationships are also not based on choice. So you are just born into your family and you kind of get what you get. So we don't really have a lot going along with that. So we don't have a say in who our family will be. We just, again, grow up in it. And so that kind of makes it hard with relationships and whatnot because it is kind of what your parents teach us. And so the two main things I found were connectedness and autonomy.
Hannah, it's autonomy.
Connectedness and autonomy. So connectedness generates expectation of positive affectivity in relationships and build empathy. So the more connected a parent is to their child, the more that child is going to feel a better relationship. So they will go on to have better relationships. And then autonomy and enhances the child's sense of self-efficacy and assertiveness in social relationships. So the more the parents are kind of like do more things on your own and independently, then the child becomes more assertive in their other relationships, and that can sometimes cause negative connotation. So yeah, that's all about family relationships.
So, do you have that second slide ready?
I'm working on it. We're getting there. Starting to get the information put in from our paper. I mean, I haven't seen your part of the paper yet, though, so.
Oh, you don't want to see my part of the paper.
Oh, I think I do. Our project's due in 2 days.
Maybe it is, but how about we take a break instead?
A break?
Yeah, we've been working, pretty hard. It's been a pretty intense 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. Right.
I
5
think-
minutes. All right.
We're good to just,
And what do you intend to do during this break?
maybe we can go for a walk.
A walk.
A walk.
I think the last time we went on a walk, we were gone for 2 hours, and I don't know if we really have 2 hours to spare.
Well, what if I promise you that we'll make this one short?
It's tempting, but I don't know. Also, I feel like Hannah's gonna be here.
Yeah, I think we
What's up, you guys? You ready for this group project?
Okay, so we're working on the second slide. I still have plenty to do, which I'll get it done.
I think the part that we really need to focus on is just like figuring out what points we want to cover when it comes to how it can be helpful. The psychology of relationships can be helpful in people helping careers, and so I think if we just like kind of talk about some of those ideas so we can put them into our presentation, that would be good. So I guess like what are your guys' thoughts on like the significance of understanding the psychology of relationships for people helping careers?
I know. I think my article had a lot to do with like the development, which I think could be an important thing we could talk about. What is your topic again?
Mine was like focusing on like how families like help with like relationship stuff. So a lot of it is just from parents and stuff, and like what they teach their kids, and so like what kids are absorbing. So like, are they going to like adjust to what the parents are doing, or like are they going to rebel against it and kind of come up with their own thing?
Neat. I'm excited to see that. You were in class last week, right?
Yeah.
How did the other presentations go?
They were good. I mean, it was a lot of helpful information, but I definitely think our group project is gonna kill it.
I'm ready to knock their socks off.
I know.
All right. Well.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I have romantic relationships. Anyway, so mine talked a lot about different theories. So like we talked about like Sternberg's, talked about attachment theory, and so I talked about a lot of different theories that can apply. And I think that like for people who are in people like helping careers, understanding like how different family dynamics or different like relationship dynamics work can really help like a person like be able to help a situation, because if you understand kind of how like what families do that impact their kids, like that can be helpful. Or like if it's a romantic situation, if you understand kind of how those romantic situations and things work, I think that as a people helper who has the information, it's going to be able to help you like relate not only more to who you're helping, but it also just gives you more insight on how you can then help them with whatever their problem is.
Yeah.
For sure.
So.
I'm really liking it. Let's get to it. Let's get to work.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Emerson, and I am going to be presenting on romantic relationships. So the first thing with romantic relationships that you've probably heard is Sternberg's triangular theory, and that consists of intimacy, passion, and commitment. And so passion is described as physical attraction, intimacy is the ability to share feelings, and then commitment, of course, is a conscious decision between the two people in the relationship. As you can see on our chart, intimacy, passion, and commitment are present within different kinds of love that we see here, but only all three are present in consummate love, and that's kind of the goal when it comes to romantic relationships. And so there are 3 attachment styles that have some significance to this, and so we hear about avoidant, anxious, and secure, and that also plays a role into our romantic relationships. So secure attachment includes greater trust and confidence. Avoidant is associated with distrust and emotional distance, and anxious attachment has people struggling to cope with things, and it makes situations with a relationship harder to handle. And then there are some other theories that are out there. There's actually quite a few of them, but a couple of them are AH and M frames and the colors of love. And so when we think of a relationship, often getting together consists of a mutual attraction or something where there is a mutual interest. And so that's part of how a relationship starts. But I also want to talk about breaking up, which starts as dissatisfaction from seeing imperfections, communications fail, change is wanted but not granted, and then there's disappointment. And then at that point, the couple has to make a decision on whether or not they want to stay together. Sometimes that's mutual and sometimes it's not. And that's romantic relationships.
Emerson, what are you doing out here?
Oh, just sitting here contemplating on whether or not Dr. Boyce liked our final presentation or not.
Well, if you're gonna contemplate, at least keep warm. You need this more than I do.
Thanks.
I think we did file this presentation. It weren't that bad. It's not the end of the world, right?
Yeah, that's true, I guess. For someone who has such a bad reputation, you really are a softie.
Well, maybe you're just getting to know me better.
Maybe.
Speaking of getting to know me, maybe we could try hanging out some more. You get to know me even more. Thinking maybe we could go downtown tomorrow. We'll find some movie we like at the theater. I'll pay for the popcorn and the pop. Thinking like 7-ish.
I'll have to think about it. I don't really know if that's like my style or not. So.
I guess I'll just have to ask one of the other people I'm talking to right now.
Oh yeah, because you have all the women. Of course, I'll go out with you.
Alright. Well, I'll see you tomorrow at 7. And you can hang on to this, so in case you don't show, I know that I'll have another excuse to fight.
Sounds good.
A new text. Oh, it better not be from my deadbeat brother. Oh, a message from Loic? Wonder what she texted me about. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it.